Good morning, members. This is C. Abhishek S. Chauhan, and now I'm here to give you some 2, 3, 4 new case studies which are repetitively coming in these days in the exam in 2021. These are not the new case studies, or I should say the typical ones. There are two of them which are bit tricky, but others are very easy. But obviously, if you have not gone through them, then obviously directly attempting them in exam sometimes can create a problem. So without wasting any time, let's start with first of the case study that basically is related to bond valuation. So let's try to revise the basic concept. Those are covered in this particular case study. The first term that is covered or that is asked in this case study is called YTM. Now let's try to concentrate on the concept, because these days as the exam is getting tough and tougher, without the conceptual clarity it is not easy to pass the exam. And for the conceptual clarity we have to try to read each and every term rather than just cramming. So if we concentrate on the term that is called YTM of the bond, yield to maturity. Now yield means return to or till maturity. That means if a bond is held by an investor till its maturity, then on per annum basis how much actual return is generated by that investor is called YTM. And if that bond is in between, say for example by default maturity period was 10 years, and in between is called up by the entity. Called up means that the entity has repaid the investor its amount or called up its bonds. Then if the bond is, say for example, called up at the end of third year, then if the question asks you to calculate the yield to call or yield till call of the bond, that means what? That return from that bond till the bond is called up. The formula, the calculation in OpenOffice or in Excel will be exactly same. The only point is that now the redemption value will be recovered to you being an investor at the end of third year, fourth year, sixth year, or in whatsoever year it is called up. So this is a very basic case study, but yeah, first time appearing members, and some of you are maybe the members who have left these concepts very long time ago, then obviously it will create a problem. So this is the case study asked in two different manners. I'll discuss both of the questions which I received from the members. These type of points and questions are discussed in detailed sessions, but still specific case study in 5 minutes we are going to finish this. So let's start with me. This is the case study. Please pay attention. So this is the case study. It says they are giving data about, this is shared by one member, sir, recently passed, and government rates with inflation perceived. The company is AA rated and two different types of bonds are there, A and B. Bond A details are face value 1000, maturity 10 years, interest rate is 8% and issue price is 928. And then first he asked you to calculate the YTM, then second he asked you to calculate the yield to call if called at third year and yield to call if called at sixth year at these and these prices. So how to calculate the YTM? Obviously you might be known to that whatever the cash flows that I'm going to generate from this particular bond is then applied the formula of IRR. I'm not going much deeper into the concept that we have discussed in detail in sessions. So let's start with Excel. So here if I purchase this bond, then if I write year 0, then 1, then 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By default years are 10 years. Maturity is at 10 years. If I hold it completely, then the maturity will be there at the end of 10th year, 9 and 10. So how many cash flows I have to incur? Cash flow, if I write in year first or year 0, we have to make an outflow to purchase this bond. Then if 1000 is the face value and 8% is the coupon rate, I am going to receive 80 rupees till the 9th year. And in the 10th year, I am going to receive 80 rupees along with, now there is not written anything that how much amount will be redeemed at maturity. So by default we are assuming the face value. So we are going to receive 80 plus 100. And if the YTM is asked in that particular question, we will be left with is equal to YTM or IRR, I should say. The formula in Excel or OpenOffice is known as IRR. Select the values and close the bracket. It is 9%, but if you increase the decimals, then the exact answer will be 9.128 or 13%. That is the yield or return till maturity. Now in this particular video, I'm also going to cover a very different concept or new concept. I'll not say different, but new concept, that is effective duration or convexity of the bond, that some of the members might be facing difficulty in that also. So first complete this part, then we will move to that concept. So YTM is 9.13%. Okay. Then if that bond is called up at the end of 3 years and yield to call is asked, then obviously in the first year or in the year 0 we have to make the outflow of 928. In the first year we are going to receive 80 rupees coupon interest payment, then 80 rupees, then third year 80 rupees. But at the end of third year it will be called up at rupees 1020. The amounts might be slightly different in your exam, but the concept will be same. So then in that case, how much amount I am going to receive? 80 as interest plus 1020. If the company will call up the bonds, then the company will repay me the money, and I am concentrating on the cash flows that I am going to receive. And if you apply the formula, the same formula will be there, the IRR, and then close the bracket, then you will be having the exact answer for the yield to call, YTC. Then in the next part it is asking that if the bond is called at the end of 6th year, then these are the cash flows and at what price it is called up? 1010. So last year I am going to receive 80 rupees interest plus 1010 as redemption value. So again is equal to IRR, and then this is the answer. So finally 3 answers are there. If YTC, YTM and again YTC, yield to call, and this what actually denotes, if you want to read it, that if you have purchased this bond and held till maturity, then per annum basis on your investment you are going to get a return of 9.13%. If it is called at 1020 at the end of third year, then on an average on per year you are going to get a return on your investment as 11.57%, and in the last, if held till 6 years, then you are going to receive a yield till 6 year as 9.77%. The second part was also there, and bond B details, the maturity is again 10 years, but this is a zero coupon bond. As the name suggests, the coupon will not be there. The face value is 10,000, issue price is 4220, and calculate the YTM. If two alternatives will be there, one, we will calculate the YTM in this particular bond, second, we will calculate the YTM if it is called in 5th year at 6230. So first let's calculate the YTM. If I want to calculate the YTM in this case, then it will be bond B, year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Correct? So what will be the cash flow? The answer is, initially we have to invest 4220, then I'm going to receive 0, then I'm going to have to make it in negative, 4220 as outflow, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and in the last year I'm going to receive the face value. So if I want to calculate the YTM in this case, the YTM will be equal to IRR of this. The answer is 9%, but exact answer will be 9.01% in this case. The second part is asked if it is called at the end of, I think, 5th year at some value, then I can use this data itself. In the 5th year, it is called up at 6230. 6230. Then I am going to receive this much amount. So then is equal to IRR will be equal to this 8%. So if it is asked, I don't think in this question it was asked that to calculate which one bonds will be better, that bond A will be better or bond B will be better, then obviously the best will be if it is called at third year end at 1020. Secondly, 6 years callable bond, and then zero coupon bond is not at all a preferable investment in this particular case. So this question was asked in two different manners in the exam, and you have to answer accordingly. If the figures will be different, then obviously you have to apply the concept differently. I'll make a small separate video to discuss a very small concept that is called convexity of the or the effective duration of the bond. Please wait for the same. That's it in this particular video.